Hello again. Right, we're back for the last Facebook Live of the day. I'm going to crack on straight away rather than me showing your face. I've just got to wait for a feed as usual just so I can see all your comments coming through. Well, I don't know about you, but the day's gone very quickly. No, still not getting a feed. So this is the gorgeous, I thought I'd show you the gorgeous papers, the Flowers for Every Season designer series paper first, because they are beautiful. Still not getting a feed, so I'm not sure whether I can be able to see you all, see your comments. Might just have to crack on. Oh no, here we go. Right, so yeah, whoever's watching, thank you. So yeah, these are the gorgeous papers. This is just some of them anyway. It's not a full pack here. So they're double-sided, so I think you can see those. We've got some poinsettia ones, because some of no, I don't think the stamp set's got poinsettia in it, has it? No. Yeah, some of them blue ones. Just going to flick through. Tulips shaped, all in the bright new in colours. Candy stripe ones, I love that. Roses. That's the one we're using. Going to use today. Sunflowers. So you can see they go with the shaker domes, the jar of flowers. Sorry, stamp set, and they go really well with that. But they go with the Celebrate Sunflower set as well. Hey Susan, back again. Daisies. Yeah, so beautiful papers. They really, really are. I think I have racked through quite a few already. So I'll put them to one side. We may need that. And when Nancy comes back on, I'll explain about the stamp and scrub as well. Right. So I'm going to make this box. I showed you earlier. Not a box, sorry. Well, it's like a box bag really. You could turn it into a box, I guess, apart from the top one wouldn't be quite right. Yeah, just making quite a reasonable size bag. Using an A4 size piece of paper, cardstock, sorry. Right, now just to quickly show you, if anybody's got, oh good, I'm glad about that. I haven't had a time for a cup of tea since this morning, I must admit. I've had a quick something to eat, but I'm good. So when I make bags or boxes, especially if it's my first time making them, I always make a template up. I do for my classes because I find that everybody finds it easier to follow a template rather than me telling them and showing them. I generally score them. Hi Nancy, excellent. I'm glad you're here because I've bought my Stamp and Scrub up. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Just explain, when I make boxes or bags, I always do a template because I just think it makes it easier for everybody to follow. So that's my template. I'm not going to give you any measurements. They will go on my blog eventually. Hopefully I'll get them done tomorrow or in the next couple of days. So that's we're using the Melon Madness. No, not Melon. Magenta Madness. I know it's Melon Mambo, Magenta Madness. Right. So we're going to use that. Right, I'm just going to quickly show you, Nancy, the Stamp and Scrub. You can see how big it is, so that's why I can't. It's quite, yeah, it takes up the whole side of the table. So let's do it. In here there's a little icon here. One says it shows raindrops, and then one side shows, well, I think they both show it somewhere. It just shows sunshine somewhere. Raindrops and the sunshine, so to show you basically it's that side, so I don't know. So anyway, depends where you put the things, but yeah, there's a little lift out for your pads. So you spray on this. That's what I generally do anyway. So they're fluffy, like a fluffy microfiber. They do pick up bits, but they wash lovely. I just wash them with washing up liquid, and all the ink comes flooding out. And when the water runs clear, you know they're clean. So basically, you just spray. We've got a Stamp. This is an old one, but Stamp and Mist spray, and it is available at the moment. I have just checked, and this it's a special spray. It conditions your rubber stamps as well, so it keeps them in good tip-top condition. So you just spray on that side. When you've inked and you want to clean it, you just scrub it on the. I'm going to knock everything over on my table. Just give it a good scrub, and then you've got your drying surface, so it's ready then to go again. So that's why I recommend that, because it's quick, easy, efficient. It's not the cheapest thing. It has just gone up, unfortunately. It's to £17. It was around about the £15 mark. It's £17, but as I say, once you've got it for a lifetime really. These just wash and wash and wash. But anyway, so I should be using that today, and it'll probably make my life a lot easier actually. Now I've brought it up here. So it is just because it's a little bit on the large side, but we're going to use it. So here we are, we're good to go. We'll start with the box or bag. I keep calling it a box, it's a bag. I've got my papers, so using slightly different papers, but you can see they're all beautiful. So here we go. We need a oh, my brain today, bone folder, that's the word. It has been a long, well, I'd say it's been a long day. It's gone very quickly today. I don't know where it's gone. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you have as well. Enjoyed seeing what I've shown. We're just going to burnish everything anyway where I've got scored. Love the pink. Yes, Susan. Well, you should. Yeah, you like pink, don't you, as well? You know I'm a pink person. If you see my cycling kit, you'll know it's rather pink. Purely so people can see me. My trainers aren't probably quite this pink, but my trainers, my cycling shoes, but they are quite vivid pink. And I have some socks that go over the top of them in the winter as well. They are very vivid pink. But I do like to be seen when I'm out on my bike. Don't want to get knocked off. So do use it each time you use a stamp. Yes, Nancy. So I'll show you today. So every time I have, yeah. So if say I use the jar stamp, this isn't. No, probably will go. It's usually better to demonstrate with the colourful stamps. But yeah, every time I stamp an image, not if I'm using the same colour, I wouldn't. So if say I was doing lots of these, so I'd stamp, ink it up, then stamp again. It's only when you colour change you really need to clean it, unless it's kind of looks as though it's getting really messy or your block's getting in a mess, and then I would say clean it. Yeah, I will do my best for my Facebook Lives now and to use it and to show you. And so it's difficult to have it in camera shot, but I will today. I will bring it in just so. But so these aren't the types of stamps that get really messy, the outline ones. It's more the ones where you get a lot of colour. It's been lovely. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, Susan. That I've entertained you a little bit. That's lovely. I hope you've had a go at the jigsaw puzzle and the scavenger hunt. Please find the scavenger hunt. I don't know what post number. You notice I have numbered all the posts. I think the scavenger hunt went live about 1:30, either 1:30 or 2 o'clock time. So have a look for that. I have had one response already from somebody because there is a little prize on offer for that. So please have a go. Hiya, Sandra. How are you? Right, let me just concentrate for a minute. So we're going to do the cutting now. So we're going to cut out. I'm going to slightly cut at an angle. Cut there. Cut that rectangular out completely. Hope you can see. Yeah. These, because these are the bottom of the box, I'm going to, rather than mitering these, I'm going to keep these flat purely so the base of my box is good. But you can miter them a little bit if you want. Hello, Carla. How are you? I bet you haven't crafted in a while, have you? How's that lovely new grandbaby of yours? Granddaughter, isn't it? She's gorgeous, I must say. Right, so I'm doing that. So, yeah. I just had a brain blip then, as if I was doing the right thing. I am. Oh, and these are the ones that I've got to miter a little bit. So I cut up there, and I'm just going to just miter a little bit out. Same as there. It's not often I do boxes or bags on a Facebook Live, so I'm kind of having to concentrate a little bit more than I would a card, probably. Right, next step, we're going to put some holes in, because this is cleverly how the ribbon threads through. Now, have I bought my hole punch up? Yes. This isn't a Stampin' Up one, but this is a crocodile, which is very handy to have. So, on these two wider ones, where this short fold is, I'm just going to come in from the ends a little bit, probably, I don't know, about an inch, maybe not quite an inch. And on the score line, just going to punch there and then measure it about the same this side. And then again, oh, can't see it. It's very difficult when I'm trying to show you on the camera. I'm trying to look at it myself. Right, that'll do. So yeah, I've done all that. I'm going to use some thin tape today rather than glue. Glue can get a little bit messy. So we're going to put tape right up to the fold line. Just going to use some thin. You could run another bead down there, but for speed today I'm not going to, but you could. It would give it more security. And so bear in mind that's the top of your box, or bag rather. So I'm just going to stick our paper on, our gorgeous designer series paper. This comes in 6x6 squares, well, as I just showed you, didn't I? Not the 12x12, so you get more obviously, but they're smaller. So just popping that one on there. Oh, wriggle. Make sure you get the paper the right way up. We'd never put it upside down, would we? No, she says. Oh gosh, I do keep wiggling it though. Wriggling it. There we go. And I've just realised I've bought the wrong colour ribbon up, but we're going to have to go with it, and I'll have to change it because there isn't any blue in this paper, whereas there was in the other paper, but I've only bought the blue ribbon up, so hey ho. That's what we're going to go with. So kind of working out how long we want the loops, probably right there. Hello Helen, how are you? Hope you're enjoying launch day as well. I'm trying to work, so yeah, I wouldn't use blue because there's no blue in that normally, because there's none of the blue or the misty moonlight in the actual paper, but for now it's just going to have to do. So I can easily, well no, I won't be able to pull it out actually because it'll be stuck down, but hey ho, it will work. We'll make it work. Because I've made a slight error in not bringing it up. So yeah, keep doubting myself that I'm doing it right, but I think I am. I've only made this once. I'm just going to stick them near the hole, or just a little bit over the hole. And we're going to thread it through, stick it down. Don't want too much to waste, so we'll just stick it there. You want your straps the right orientation, so like that. Thread it through that way. Just make sure they hang nicely. You always twist it round a little bit. Yeah, and then just stick it down. You can always cut your excess off. I'm just going to see what I'm up to. Yep, been very busy, Helen. I did schedule quite a few posts, but yeah, I had 3 Facebook Lives today, so this is the last one. So been very busy, but thoroughly enjoyed it though. It's been great fun. But yeah, there's a few things to do. Scavenger hunt. There's a jigsaw puzzle to do online if you want to have a go. If you find the posts are all numbered 1 to 22, 23, I believe, will be by the end of the day. So yeah, been a very busy page today. Just folding that through. Excuse me if you can hear my stomach. That's because I haven't had a proper lunch. Oh dear. Did I not? Oh, I did put a bit of tape on there. Obviously you want to aim for your straps to be roughly the same length. It's getting stuck somewhere. I don't know where. Just cutting the excess off because you'll notice that these come down. You don't really want that hanging underneath the... Yeah, just about covers, just about. So then we're going to run tape all the way round, or just in the little quadrants. There. Not done that one long enough. Oh, excuse me. This is quite a novelty for me to do bags or boxes on a Facebook Live. Maybe I might do a few more. Depends what people would like to see, really. Please let me know. I'm going to try and do more YouTube tutorials as well of maybe slightly more complicated projects in a video. I did have a lovely box to show you all today, a sunflower seed box, but I just didn't get time to do a video, so look out for that. Whoops. In the future, because that will be coming soon. She says, if I get round to doing it. Oh, that's going to have to do on there. I don't want to make the mistake that I did last time. I stuck them down first, but you need to leave them till last, really. Because I'm just trying to work out, actually. Yeah, I think we will, because otherwise the seam's the wrong way around. So, a bit of a trick with this. You lay it down flat, take your tape off. You've never made one? Never made a box or a bag? Oh, Susan, I think you have to change that. Have we not done one in class? Have you not made one with me in class? Before class is finished, that was, obviously. We'll have to put a stop to that, won't we? Right, so just bring that down, making sure everything's lined up. Get a nice crease. You can go in with your bone folder. And then yeah, this makes it a little bit more tricky doing it this way, but purely better because otherwise it doesn't go out. That one, it'll then fold over your seam, whereas my last one didn't. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more tricky doing it this way. And I need a pokey tool. Just so you can see what I'm doing. Just starting the tape off. And then, all fingers and thumbs. Right, and then just push that down. And give it a good crease, and hopefully you can see that. That's now gone over the... This is a little bit bulky because you've got your ribbon, but you can see your ribbon's now nicely and enclosed in your box. Look at. So that's why we're doing it this way. Just trying to make it easier for myself, getting Hi Sandra, how are you? Yeah, as I say, all go and have a go at the scavenger hunt, which you can, if you message me your answers by midday tomorrow, you can stand the chances of going to a prize draw. And there's a puzzle to do online for fun as well. That was posted at the beginning of the day. I have numbered all the posts, and so hopefully you can find them easier. I'm going to burnish that quite well because that's so. Oh, only 20 minutes so far, not too bad. Right, pop that in there. You can make a bow, that's very true. You keep practicing your bows, and then the next step is we'll make boxes with you. Especially when classes can begin again. I keep slowing them down for some reason. There. So that's your top with your inbuilt handles. How clever is that? Not my design, I have to say. Not my idea. I did pinch off somebody else, but I thought it was very, very clever. Very, very stylish. Excuse me. Have a quick sip. Right, so now we've just got to put the base on. So I like to put those flaps in first. Right. Now, do we have a back and a front seam? Yeah. So here you've got your seam. Not that you can see it very much at all, but I would say that's the back of your box. So I personally would bring that one up and put this one, which will be the front. So like that, because you don't want a seam at the front of your box really, or your bag. So that's why I do that. So that's your front. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. It doesn't matter too much, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I'll try to be when I can. And those little things can make a difference. So where did we say it was? I say you can barely see it. So I can feel it though. I'm pretty sure it's there. No, I've lost it. Huh. I've lost the seam. I know there's the back. So that's the back. Glue that down. Burnish it inside. Thank you, Carol. This paper makes it easy projects. It's gorgeous. Makes your projects look gorgeous easily. I know what I'm trying to say. Right, and then that last one down. You can see why I didn't mitre everything, because I wanted everything to look flat. And I mean, it hangs a little bit, but not much. If you'd have mitered those, like sometimes we do, you wouldn't have flat edges or straight edges. So plenty of glue on the base. Flip that over, turn it upside down, and I'm going to give it a good burnish as much as I can, get my hand in there. You could use tape if you wanted to, but I do love my Tombow, my green multi-purpose. So I think that'll give that a bit of time and that'll stick. So there's your basic bag. Just like that. Obviously you can fill it with tissue paper and put your gift in. We're now going to make the shaker gift tag. So I've got some cardstock here, then folded in half, the Magenta Madness again. And just let me tidy up. If I kept tidy, I might not lose things. Right, there we go. So we've got that, and because we're using the jar, I'm just going to move that out of my shot. We're doing that, obviously the jar, and we're using the new punch with these are so cute. Look at these. You get a little box of domes, shake domes, and we do a snow globe as well, which I didn't buy it for Christmas last year, but because it's carried over, I'm probably going to invest in it because I do love shake cards. Right, so you can see it's got tape on that side and that side, both sides. So we're going to punch this. Now I'm going to buff it right up till it hits the heel, because I don't want it over. I don't want just a little gap there. I want quite a big gap there. So I want it, and then I'm going to centralise it in the middle of the cardstock. So punch it out, so you can keep that for something else. So that's good. Yeah, so I've got quite a nice gap at the bottom. First time I did it, I had to flimsy it, and I thought, no, that'll break. So don't need that anymore. We do now need some Whisper White cardstock, as we're going to stamp the jar. the photopolymer. We're using smoky slate because I don't want to really see the jar too much, but just enough. Big enough to do that. Right, Nancy, so because I'm not using that anymore, I would clean it. Sorry, I'm just trying to show Nancy how to use the cleaner. I'm just going to bring it into shot. Oh, see, this is so big. Here we go. So, yeah, so because it's only been used once, ready to clean, so just clean it on there. So it's not going to be very dirty because of it's just an outlet stuff, and then just dry it on there. But yeah, every time I change the inks, basically, I would clean it. And obviously before, if you finished with it for the day and you want to put it away. So there's that. Oh, while we're at it, we might as well stamp the flowers. Oh, and we've got the other. So the flowers I'm doing in soft suede, because black is way too harsh in my opinion. I just find black a little bit too harsh, especially for things like this. So as usual, tap, tap, tap. Doesn't matter which way around because we've got to fussy cut that out. There is no dye. Hold it down for a couple of seconds and voila, and you've got your. So because I've finished with it, spray it, wipe it, and then dry it, and then that can go away. And that can go away. We've got one last bit of inking to do. Oh no, two. Oh, and I know what I haven't brought up. Ah, right. I haven't brought up the water. Oh well, we're going to have grey water then. Right. We're going to do the stems in green. So you get these lovely stems, stalks. And you want this, so I line it just up underneath the jar. You could let thing that there, but it looks right doing it here. And dangle. And I forgot to colour them in on my first one, and I think they look a little bit strange, so I am just going to colour them in a little bit. And we're going to use a watercolour pencil. Oh, don't tell me I didn't bring that. Oh, I think I've taken half my stuff down again. Aha, I may not be colouring it in then. Unless I can find a green. No. Oh no, it's behind me. What else? Oh, my blue might be. No. No, sorry, I didn't bring a watercolour up. Never mind. So I'm just going to quickly, well this could do with a sharpen, this pencil. Just going to quickly colour the stems in. Very, very quickly. Now this stamp set, it's actually called a reversible thing. Why? Because they use these two stamps for can be reversed. So if you reverse it that way, you can then pick up your ink and fill the whole jar with water. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the half one, so you can use it that way with your little, but we're going to use it that way, and we're going to, I'll show you in a minute, fill it with water, or make it look like it's been half full of water, so that your flowers are just sitting in it. I'm doing these really, really quickly. So quickly, in fact, that I'm going to have to bring in the blender pen just to smooth them out a little bit. As you know, you don't have to be an expert. Whoops! You don't have to be an expert in colouring when we have the blender pen to help us out. She says. No, I thought I had one of those. No. Ah, haven't got that either. Oh well. I should keep a stash of things up here, I think, supplies, and then I wouldn't. No, sorry. I'm just going to have to go with it then. Right. That is the downside of having separate craft rooms, or having a separate room up here to film. So, yeah, we've turned it over. Go like that. but I'm going to see what it stamps like first on. So it's a bit dark, so I'm just going to go off. Yeah, I'm just getting, so stamps on off, but ideally as I would use a bluey colour, but then water is translucent, so yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I clean the stamp now, spray, dry. I'll be still all there, yeah, lovely. Right, punch. Huh, what have I done with the punch, ladies? Come on. Until it's getting near the end of the day for me. Oh, look. I can't have lost it. It was here. Here it is. Oh, dear me. There we go, so line it up. Got to colour them in and cut it out in a minute. Here's the gift tag. So, just want to burnish that because that's sticking up. So we want to get that obviously right underneath there. So we will use glue because glue gives us a little bit of a wiggle room. You could try going in through the hole, but I'm just going to do it that way and move it across. So don't fully place it down until you're happy and see that it's in the right place. Yeah, that'll do. I'm pretty. So we've got that. I'm now going to put the exciting bit in. That's in, that will fit in there. Look at that. And then that will come down. But I mustn't forget to put the shaky bits in, must I? Right. So that goes in there. Oh, there's a hair in there. It's going to get out. So that's stuck in nicely in the lid. It doesn't really matter which way round you do this, I don't think. Embellishments. Well, I did put them. Oh, I know what. Nope, here they are. These are in the flowers for every season as well. I think, yeah, flowers for every season, gems. But you could fill this with all sorts of things. I've seen some that have put sweets in. I'm going to put some sunflower seeds in. If I do a sunflower card or sunflower tag, I'm going to put some sunflower seeds in. You could do all sorts, really. Just want a few, not too many. And then I'm going to carefully peel off this. And we're going to place it down. There we go. And you've got your shaker. And we're just going to pop 2 holes in the top. Either side. Down there. Yeah, roughly level. Just do our sentiment, which I really don't know what I've done with Hulk. I think I have letters of 10 and done right. Hold on. No, we've got no sentiments in there. Huh. I've been so organised by Ultra by taking everything downstairs from my last Facebook Live and I haven't brought it back up. Okay. So, there'll be no sentiment on it, but you can pop a sentiment on, just like this one. So you're just on a piece of Whisper White, you just something and then stick it on with dimensionals at the bottom. But we're just going to have to go with the flowers. Not a problem. Right, so we're going to colour these in. Now ideally you would use the in colours because that's what's in the papers. Unfortunately they weren't available to us during the pre-order, so I'm using lovely lipstick. That's the closest I could get to the pink, to the Magenta Madness. Poppy Parade is in the papers anyway, and these are the greens, the light shaded spruce. Yeah, that's similar to the Just Jade. So, hey Julie, how are you? So I'm just going to quickly colour in using my Stampin' Blends. So this is Dark Lovely lipstick. I'm going to do the first one. Ooh, don't know what that's come up there. Can you everybody? Had a funny thing come up on my screen. Here we go. So with the Stampin' Blends. But yeah, they've got the hopefully the new in colours. They've got them, the Stampin' Blends in all of them except Bumblebee, which to be honest we've got quite a few yellows, the yellowy orange colours in the Stampin' Blends, so we really probably don't need another yellow. That's probably why they haven't done it. To be honest. Good, Julie. I'm glad you're liking the new catalogue. Yeah, it is lovely. I've been very good so far. A lot of our team have already put their pre-orders, or not pre-orders, their orders in. I haven't, well obviously I've been very busy today. I've been too busy to put an order in, but I'll be having a look afterwards, and or I might just wait a little while just to still keep using my pre-order stuff, I must admit. I'm so loving all of my pre-order. I don't really want to stop using it, so. But I must admit, I can't wait to get the in colour inks, which we couldn't get in pre-order. So I shall be ordering them definitely. Do I prefer it? Right. I love the Stampin' Blends, Nancy. I really do. But I have to say, if you're a beginner, they're probably not the easiest thing to use. I can tell you from experience, my class ladies, they prefer watercolour pencils. They're much more forgiving. And plus we have a blender pen, which I haven't been able to show you, but I will show you in the future. That just helps as well. And so you can use a watercolour brush as well, just to. That's part of the other one, I think. Oh, I don't know. Just colour it in. So yeah, I do love my Stampin' Blends. I really, really do. But you do have to be very careful. There's that they can bleed a little bit over the edges, so you have to have a very light touch. But as you can see, they do blend very well. And you do get realistic looking colours and realistic looking results. So it kind of depends what you like using. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much if I go over the edges because I'm actually going to cut this out, so I don't know why I'm being too fussy. But if you want to with Stampin' Blends, really take a lot of time, you can get some incredible results with it. As I said, I told you earlier, my friend Jo Blackman, she did a sunflower and she coloured it in superbly with her Stampin' Blends. But she did take quite a while to colour it in, so whereas I'm all for sometimes, well, I've just been a little bit quicker actually, so. But it's like anything, the more you practice with them, the better you get. Yeah, so yet again, the blue, the Misty Moonlight isn't available, so I've had to use Night and Navy, which isn't quite the right blue. And yet again, it's not in the paper, so I really shouldn't have changed my colour of the DSP really, but I did. Blue. You've only seen it online, you've not got a copy. Well, if you want a copy, Julie, let me know. I can send you one. I did tell you that before, didn't I? Just let me have your address. You don't have to necessarily shop with me, I know, but Yeah, you can see it online. I prefer to see it in the flesh. What's that? No, you haven't got a catalogue. So if you're getting harsh lines, just go over with a lighter colour and blend it. And we have actually got a colour lifter as well, which helps with that, but I don't think I brought that up. So just keep blending it. Poppy Parade. So yeah, you can see that the actual gift tag's taken longer to make than the actual bag or bag. But I think it makes it a little bit special, the tag. And kind of finishes it off. Yeah, no problem, Julie. Yeah, me too. I know what you mean. It's lovely having it online, but early because we get to see the online one, but it's nice to have it in the flesh. I probably have got your address somewhere, actually. I'm sure I have. But yeah, just message me it just in case, please. Yeah, going back to colouring, Nancy, I must say, I mean, although, you know, the stamp blends are lovely, they aren't particularly cheap. They, you know, you get what you pay for. They are alcohol pens, so they're never going to be really cheap. If you want to do some colouring, I would invest in the watercolour pencils. I think one set's about £15.75 and one set's about £11 odd. So even if you bought the two, you'd get a really good range of colours and maybe a pack of blender pens. They're not very expensive really either. You'd be well away to get some good colouring going on. But okay, they're probably not quite as vivid as the Stampin' Blends, although that depends on obviously pressure and how much pressure you use. But they definitely would be a great start for you. Oh, that ends. Oh, might be alright. I actually do believe that quite a few of the Stampin' Blends are out of stock at the moment as well, which is a pity, but I don't know why, but they are. Perhaps they've just been very popular. No, Julie, you don't need to use watercolour pencils are just like ordinary pencils. So like I'll show you on here. You can scribble on here. Even with the blender pen, you don't need. Oh, I should have bought a blender pen up now. Let me show you. So this is just Whisper White cardstock. So you just colour with normal pencils, as if like, you know, do that. The blender pen is a bit like a watercolour brush. I have got a watercolour brush here. So pretend this could be a blender pen, but this is also another method. I'm using so going in with just a little bit of water, as long as it's only a little bit, because we're not using. You can just smooth it out. Can you see that? That's kind of smooths it out. That's pretty much what a blender pen does, because it's filled with an alcohol, and it does the same thing. I'm using my drink water here. So yeah, but you can do it with a very fine paintbrush as well, as long as you just don't flood it with water. But yeah, you certainly don't need watercolour paper unless you really wanted. If you really wanted to do proper watercolour effect, then yes, you need watercolour paper. But you can see, can you see that? That's gone from those scribble marks to looking like watercolour paint now. Pretty much the same effect as you'd get with your ink pads really as well. But yeah, blender pens, they do away with water. You haven't got any mess to worry about. They're portable, and you get this pretty much the same effect. I'm going in with light shaded spruce now. Good, brilliant. I'm glad I could help. Yep, that's good. Yep, as I say, I'm here to help, but so I don't necessarily want to flog you loads of things. I think you need to just, watercolour pencils I would thoroughly recommend having in your arsenal, because A, because they're easy to use, B, because they are relatively inexpensive. They're, you know, and they're totally portable. Well, obviously your blends are portable, but it does take quite a bit of money to build your blends up, and as I say, they are fabulous, don't get me wrong. But if you're a little bit nervous about colouring, definitely start with the watercolour pencils. I mean, you can colour in with our Stampin' Write pens and markers as well, but you don't get such, I personally don't think you get the same results as you do with these. Well, they don't blend like these do, they're more like a felt. Hello Wanda, how are you? Did you enjoy your bike ride? Haven't seen much of the sun today. So this is the closest I could get to just Jade, just using the light shade of Spruce. And I think I've used Pool Party, but can't actually wait till we get those new colours. Yep. I'm glad to see you or hear from you. But yeah, make sure you go through all my posts. There's a scavenger hunt that you can enter a prize draw for. You've got till midday tomorrow to get me your answers. There's a puzzle, which I think you've already done actually. I have lots of Stampin' Write pens, so have used them. Yeah, oh that's good, Julie. Yeah, I don't get on too well. I'm okay with colouring small areas with them, but I must admit I do prefer my blends for general colouring in. Take for ages to colour this in, isn't it? That's because I'm talking about hay. Nearly there. There we are. So I've just got to cut this out. I should have had one. I'll try and be really quick. But yeah, if you've got any more questions, fire away. Yeah, the good thing with the Stampin' Write pens is obviously you can write with them as well, and you can do other things with them, and you can obviously use them like I did this morning on your rubber stamp, apply them straight to your stamps. So they are very useful for that. You know why no son, I've got my bike. Oh no, Susan, have you really? Well, it's good to hear that you've got your bike out. Not good that the sun's gone in though. I know it's typical because I need to go on a bike ride because my last one was Sunday when I went to Hunstanton. Yeah, so it's gone in for both of us. And probably might. Oh no, is it Wednesday today? It is, isn't it? Oh, Son will be home dead on 4 o'clock today then, because he'll be going and doing the TT. Not officially, of course, but he'll just go and do the course on his own. And I sometimes ride out to Tottenham Hill with him, but I doubt I will today. I might, I don't know. It's years since you did, but oh, bless you. Well, start gradually and you'll be fine. You'll be able to come out with me and wander eventually, Susan. Although I can't keep up with Wanda nowadays. Oh, she's a speed demon, aren't you, Wanda? She'll say she's not. Sorry, I keep going off camera. So I've got a message from Simon. He'll have to wait. Oh, oh, oh. Didn't see that little thing there. Nearly cut it off. A little bit fiddly to cut this one, but so I am being in trying to hurry it as well. Well, it's good that you're getting out though. I assume you saw my lovely photos from Sunday when we went to hand stamp on that gorgeous poppy field at Heacham. It was amazing. I expect you've seen that, Nancy, at Lansley Lane. Beautiful, isn't it? I actually came right past your house. We rode through Heacham. It was lovely. But yes, it's so hot. I'm seeing to have a headwind all. Isn't that always the way, Julie? Is it always the way? Yeah, I always think that. Perfect sun trap in my garden. Really hot. I get out on my bike and there's wind. I don't know where it comes from. But yeah, never appears to be there any when I'm in my garden. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, they were beautiful. It was just a beautiful day. And beautiful weather as well. Yeah, I think the wind just follows me round, really. It doesn't like me very much. I actually don't mind a headwind too. Well, I say I don't mind it. I'd rather have a headwind over a crosswind any day. Because I always think the crosswind's going to blow me off my bike. I know it's not because I'm too heavy, but it feels like it is. Nearly there, ladies. Because I've got quite a little bit of white, I'm very much hoping I've got my grey or some type of coloured pencil that I can just colour the background in a little bit. I'll use the green if not. Yeah. I'm going to just use the green very lightly just to take the white away. I really wish they would bring out a crumb cake watercolour pencil. That would be ideal for this. I just don't want big, and I certainly am not going to sit there and cut in all there. So I just colour it and cheat. But you get there. So it just tones it down a little bit. Right, we're nearly there. So we're going to attach this to the bag. We've got some baker's twine somewhere. Yeah. So this is in the Flowers for Every Season as well. It's blue and white, I believe. So I'm going to thread that through. So yeah, don't forget you'd put a white thing on the back. You'd write on you'd cut a white piece out for this, and then stick it on after you've done the writing. I'm having real trouble threading this. There we go. I should have to cut those ends off. I must get some sharper scissors for fabric cutting, or for braid and stuff and trim. You're not meant to use the same scissors for paper cutting to ribbon. Here we go, so I'm just looping them through. I think you can see what I'm going to do now. I'm going to tie these on first to the ribbon. A little bit tricky. You can do it in a knot or you can do it in a bow. Hey Pat, how are you? Not seen you for long or heard from you for a long while. So just tie that. I think I will just tie a little bow. No, yeah, we'll do a bow. Here we go, Susan. I'm doing a bow for you. Probably not the way I normally tell you. I normally tell you to do bunny ears, but on baker's twine I do it slightly different usually. So I'm just going to cut that off a little bit. On the other side, kind of want think I might have put my holes in a slightly different place before on my other bag, because it was a perfect fit on the in between the ribbon base, but never mind. So yeah, I would probably just change the holes a little bit, but because I didn't measure, because I never do, so I'm just trying to get smaller bows. You're not going to see them much, hopefully. You could turn them inside if you want. So it's nearly there, and then we're just going to stick the flowers on top with some dimensionals. And don't forget, you can add a sentiment at the bottom, because I haven't brought any of my sentiments up. So just going to use some little thin, and I haven't got any Stampin' Up! Mini dimensionals, so I'm going to use contraband ones. But we're sticking to the bottom. Just the bottom. There we go. Oh, get off. Right. And just attach that to the top of your tag. Just like that. It's difficult to show you in full camera, but I will put the pictures up later on of what it looks like as well. So at least I coloured the stems in this time where I didn't last time. So that's the original one. So you can see the difference of colouring the stems in. And then I'll say you put your sentiment on the bottom. Camera's slightly wonky, isn't it? There we go. That's better. So yeah. Just to put a sentiment on at the bottom, or whatever you want. I might keep it actually anyway, then it'll be an all occasion bag for whenever I want one, won't it? So that might be a good idea. Right. So yeah, just fill it with some tissue paper and put your gift inside. There we go. And back to my face. There we go. Right. So that's it. That's the 3 Facebook Lives done for today, and there's just a few more little posts to come up until 4 o'clock. So I thank you all very much for joining me, and thank you for all the lovely questions. That's lovely for you to, yeah, keeps me on my toes, makes me think a little bit, but it's what I'm here for. So thank you, Julie. So any more questions, any queries, please just message me. If you would like a catalogue, if you haven't got one, please message me with your address and tell me what you would like, and I will do that. So thank you once again all for joining me, and oh yeah, don't forget the scavenger hunt as well. I think I posted at 1:30, 2 o'clock. Just have a look for that post. I can't remember what number it was, but you should be able to recognise it. And please try and enter it, and get me your answers by midday tomorrow, June the 4th. And then you'll have the chance of going into a little prize draw. So thank you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.